Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here and loving the content so far, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to stay updated with all our latest Bubble.io tutorials. In today's video, we're diving into something super useful for any app: how to add tables and pop-ups in Bubble.io to display and edit data seamlessly. Whether you're managing users, products, or something else, this setup will keep your app organized and efficient. Let's get started. Step 1. Setting up the structure with a column group. First, we'll create the structure for our table and header using a column group, which will keep everything neatly organized. Drag a column group onto your page, remove the Fit Width to Content and Fit Height to Content checkbox to allow the group to span the entire width of the page. Add 40 top padding and 60 left and right padding around the group to make sure there's enough spacing for elements to breathe. Step 2. Creating the header for your table. Our header will include a title and an Add User button. Drag a row group inside the column group, remove the Fit Width to Content and change the container alignment to space between. In the row group, add a text element and change the text to user list. Change the styling to suit your brand's needs. Next to the title, add a button labelled Add User. Step 3. Creating the user images, data type. Before we create our table, we'll follow best practices by setting up a separate data type for user images. This keeps image searches efficient. Go to the Data tab and create a new data type called User Images. Add 2 fields: User, may reference to the user's unique ID, and User Image, type image. Step 4. Adding the table element. We'll now use Bubble's table element to display user data. Drag the table element into your column group, remove the Fit Width to Content checkbox and add 40 top margin. This will structure your data in rows and columns automatically. Set the data type to user and the data source to search for users. Please note you can apply additional criteria here. For example, you may only want to show users with a certain job title, but for this example, we will pull all user details. In this table, we will show a user image, full name and job title. Drag a text element into column A, row 0. Rename this text element to user image and apply any brand styling you desire. Copy this text element across to the other 0 rows and rename them full name and job title. In column A, row 1, we want to show the user's image. Add an image element and in the dynamic image section, type do a search for, label the type user images and set the search criteria to user equals current row's user. We then want to finish of our dynamic search by typing first item's user image. This function will scan our database for the current cell's user's image and display it in the selected area. To make the image appear correctly, we can change the roundness to 99, which will display the image as a circle, and change the sizing to 40 width, 40 height. Next, add a text element to the full name column and change the dynamic data to current row's user's full name. To style these inputs, we can make them centrally aligned and apply left margin to the full name text element. In the job title column, we want to display a predefined list of job titles, and we will use option sets to achieve this. Option sets are useful for displaying or entering static options, which make a structured database. To add an option, head over to the Data tab, then click on Option Sets. Create a new option set titled Job Title. Add two options titled Admin and Operative. To apply the option set to our user's data, create a new field under User titled Job Title and set the field type to Option Set Job Title. To display these option sets in our job title field, we can go ahead and add a text element to the cell. Change the dynamic data to current row's user's job titles display. Before we move on, quickly add left and right padding to all previously added table elements and make sure everything is centrally aligned. Step 5. Creating the Add User pop-up. Now, let's build the pop-up for adding a new user. Drag a pop-up element onto the page. Change the min width to 600, apply 20 pixel gap spacing and add 40 top and bottom padding and 20 left and right padding for styling. Inside the pop-up, add a text element for the title and name it Add New User. Change the styling to suit your brand. Add an input field for the user's full name and a drop-down box for the job title. Rename the fields accordingly. In the drop-down, set the choices style to dynamic, the type of choices to job title, and the choices source to get an option, job title. Lastly, update the option caption to display the current option's display text. This will allow the user to select from the predefined list of job titles when adding a new user. Add two more input fields for email and password, change their content type, rename them accordingly. Add an image uploader to allow users to upload their profile picture. Change the dynamic image to the picture uploader's name, then add value. This will display the user selection upon adding an image. Lastly, add a button onto the pop-up and rename it Add User. Proceed to remove all added items min width to allow them to stretch the width of the pop-up. Step 3. Creating the workflow for adding new users. We'll now set up the workflow that saves the new user data when the form is submitted. On the Add User button, create a workflow, then under Account click Create an account for someone else. Add the email input value in the box provided. Add a new action to the workflow. Under Data, select Make Changes to Thing. In the Thing to Change, we can select the previously created user by clicking Result of Step 1. Click on Change Another Field. Add the full name and job title data types. For the profile picture, we need to add another step to the workflow. Click to add a new action and under Data select Create a New Thing. The type will be user images. The fields we want to add are the user created in step 1 and our picture uploader's value. To finish of the workflow, we can add two more steps, one for resetting the pop-up's relevant inputs and hiding the pop-up after the process has been completed. We need to create one last workflow for when the Add New User button is clicked to open the pop-up. Click on the button and add a workflow. Within Element Actions, select Show and find the Add New User pop-up. Let's go ahead and click Preview. By default, our database has no users, so the table will be empty. Let's go ahead and test out the Create a New User workflow. Now you have a dynamic table and pop-up system for adding new user data. By following best practices like creating a separate data type for user images and utilizing Bubble's built-in table element, your app will remain efficient and easy to manage. Keep experimenting with custom workflows and layouts to perfect your app. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. If you have any questions or want to see more content like this, let me know in the comments below. And if you're enjoying the series, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.